think I'll just have to assume that it's working. Welcome back. I know it's been a long time. A little bit of ginger wine. Can't hurt. You know, I had a sense it's actually my apartment. And yours. I've forgotten most of the voices, so I'm going to mangle them a little bit. But if I just come across as a slightly drunk Englishman doing bad French accents, it's because I am. And what are you going to do about it, eh, frog?
Was there anything else?
Was there anything else? Alright, you want to be slightly intellectual for him? Was there anything else? Maybe a bit German and camp? What's an official like you doing in Martinez? The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. He raises an index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? Ah well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. That was a good way to talk around the obvious. So you're some kind of bureaucrat. It just feels like a line that has to be said in a bad American accent, doesn't it? Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sir Leclerc working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the moral intern. What is this international community? La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. I'm doing his voice so horribly wrong. I didn't listen to enough of the voice acting. I guess if there's, if it's minority voice acting, it's more my voice than his. Huh. Different take on this game. Longer days, brighter thoughts. What is the price stability? It is the most important thing. That doesn't tell me anything. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability. Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change. Thank you, Kim. Correct as always. Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. Below 2% of what? But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. You're not answering my questions at all. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Okay, sure. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'etre of the moral intern. It's the reason I identify as a moralist. But I don't have any leaflets on me today. That's too bad. Patting his pockets just feels very German camp. That's too bad. That's not right. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency. I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition. So when I said I was a lackey of capital, what I should have said is that I'm a moral intern bitch. Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern. Are you a moralist? But of course. But why? because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values. But what is a normal, stable world? The Occident is part of the normal world. Orania is sur la clef. Madness doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Madness is something else. What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world? Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. I'm pushing him out the window. Why isn't one of these options push him out the window? I don't think I'm a moralist. It sounds incredibly boring. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working classes are the boot heel of capital. It's like every time I'm talking to people I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM. Ah, my friend, but the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work. I've been reading the Jakarta method lately, and it didn't work because the coalition crushed it violently. Seems very accurate to me. But, I mean, two is like the straw man option, but 1 and 3 are both valid. And you're telling me this world here is working out well? It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend. You're right, pushing him out of the window is too nice. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? I need to get going to meet that other person at some point, but tell me about sur la clef. What's there to say? Sur la clef is a modern urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the exclusive executive heart of EPIs. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of lesser emerged countries. Revachol is but one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. What makes Revachol sur la clef's darling? Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from sur la clef. Its language, its people, its cuisine even, or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Roll them bones. Passed it on perception. Jamarok and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of sur la clef's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. I can't remember the voices I was doing for all the inner. Perception feels like a sort of pernickety thing, right? Yes, yes, I see. But then that kind of fits more with... Yeah, I guess perception is too neutral, like mental quality to really have a personality of its own. It's just seeing things. Tell me about your Orania. Orania is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to sur la clef, Orania is probably the most prominent member of the international community. Okay, but outside of EPIS, what is Orania? Orania's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services, and generally acts as an engine for development, for sustainable change in the international community. Oh my god. Can't you just talk like a normal person? About what? About Orania. Just tell me what it's like there. Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. The streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow. Enough business, let's talk about something else. Actually witnessed the lynching? I'm sorry to say I did, officer. It's just the break we've been looking for. He's the detective and jump to conclusions. Is it because you did it? Because I did it? The man scoffs. He is clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone being accused of murder. My apologies, I misspoke. I mean, what did you see? Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play. Lieutenant is already scribbling on notes. What do you mean, like in a play? It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in carrying what looked like a body, and then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this. And the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting. What next? I went back inside. Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing. Were you able to see anything from inside? Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man. Were they men, women? Or men, I presume, but again I couldn't see very clearly. What happened next? Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. I've gone through all this before. I mean, nothing happened. They lynched guy. Is that why it's not costing me time? No gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. Alright, that does seem strange. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. About what time was all this happening, approximately? All I can say is that it was late. You didn't check your watch? My watch. He looks at his watch as though noticing it for the first time. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take. So let me get it straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself? No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for. I think we have everything we need. Lieutenant says, closing his notebook. You need to talk to us, Mr. Villagerin. Tell me about your friend. Oh my god. So much talking and text. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra and life has not been easy for him, but he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands and that's all that matters. What's Kedra? Kedra is a candidate member of EPIS. Between you and me, that potential membership is a more contentious issue. What do you mean? That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21 and it's been pending ever since. What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about? EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intent to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. Well, alright. I will give the French this one. It is better than imperial measurements. But we could do better still. 10 is a bit of an awkward number. Powers of 2. That's where it's at. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union. How? For the processing of steel, another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intent feels emboldened by the success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level. Okay, but what does it stand for? Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intent as a whole. No, what do the letters stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? A supranational political alliance, the United States of Occident. Is it going to be like this place here? You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS? If it's one day they're going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members? No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if we don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. I have to kill him. I'm sorry, I have to go and get that gun from Kunuet and kill him. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. It's a really interesting game because you can pick any political ideology in it. But if you pick to be a liberal, the game does kind of hate you. You might never realise it. Liberals can be a bit... They can be a bit... How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the insular Indian Isola, oil platforms ablaze in the night, civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too. So, what I'm gathering from this is that it's like a guy and his agent in the field, and they do regime change. He's not telling me who he is. Sorry, who? The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him. Oh, this thing switched on because it was 10. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It's a cornerstone of our civilization. So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. Which arts? He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design? Printmaking? Who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. What are you doing in this apartment by yourself? I'm just enjoying the view. What view? It's dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighbouring apartment. Someone's baby is crying. No, listen, he says again, looking outside. The Indian Bay. What about it? This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or kitchen. But the Million Real view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend. All of this is perfectly normal, a bit mundane, if anything. Dad, it just makes... You know what? I'm gonna nick his clothes. I don't think conclusions should be rushed at this point. I'm gonna nick his hat! Fuck, I should have answered my questions. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. An empty ashtray. The important part is that I got clothes. By stealing. Again. I'm running out of space for them. I'm gonna need to... sell some? That seems like a horrible idea. I don't want to do that. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on the front. Oh, it's jacket slot? Oh, and apparently I'm not wearing a hat. Oh my, that's a look. And it's only bonuses despite its nature. Man, I gave away my good hat. That was so unfair. If I'd known I was going to give away the hat I was wearing before I started that conversation, I'd have put on the bum hat. How is this super logical for a cop to wear this? I don't know how to explain that this is not true. Luckily I can't remember who I gave the hat away to, so I can't just... Should I try and pry whatever that is open? I'd feel bad about it, but like only briefly. No, I can't. It's too securely shut. It's too storyline controlled. Too powerful. Alright, I need to go and get the gun. I don't know if Kitsuragi will desert me before then. I assume he will. But I'm not really sure how that works. Like, if I were him, I'd be getting kind of tired of my bullshit by 10 PM. Guess it's not actually Kunoas if she's over here. What if it's the old woman that I'm supposed to be staying with? What if she just kills me? That'd be a way to go. Can I not just take the car? Guess not. Road's kind of in use. It was 10, right? That the person was supposed to show up. God, this game's gorgeous. Kind of thinking I should probably equip the flashlight though. No, I need the... Actually, that doesn't help either, does it? Confront the pigs and get your gun back. Near the old fish market at... What skills do I want in order to try and get gun back? I feel like I need authority, probably. And right now my authority is getting nuked by all of the intensely intelligent decisions that I've made regarding it. Plus one empathy probably won't hurt either. Esprit de corps and shivers. Esprit de corps and visual calculus. Trauma and electrochemistry. I mean, maybe. I guess this one, the disco ass blazer, can be sold, but you can't sell that. Don't know about -1 half-light. No. What does Kingdom of Conscience even do? No one knows. I'm just wearing them because they're not either of these ones with the minus to the yellow. Alright, I'll take the very boring shirt. +1 logic. That's just too good. It's just too good.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Excuse me? The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone. This has got to be like a meta thing, right? This is a commentary?
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands right now!
Scavenged battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Holy shit, Kim's badass! You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control. Raise your
The man
hands.
appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear under threat! Fear under threat! Superseding event. Split second decision. Get on the ground. Get on the goddamn ground!
Okay, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to figure out the metaphors here, but they're not very complicated. Man, we just want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening as long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her. I'm giving empathy Kim's voice, which is entirely appropriate, but makes it very confusing.
Be careful, Liberty. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Hand-eye coordination. Time to get my gun. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon. Officer in need of assistance. Her eyes start between you and Kim. Suspect at large. Get on the ground. Ma'am, please. The lieutenant is trying to maintain eye contact. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon. Let's just talk, alright? Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Her head snaps to you. Big red key. Big red key. What happened to make her like this? I mean, us, the police. We happened. This isn't difficult. Loneliness. Another thesis. Yes, sure, but in a less abstract way than neurodegenerative disease I mentioned earlier. Please identify yourself, ma'am. It's the goddamn police, shitbag! Hug the pavement, you're under arrest! I can't do the megaphone voice. Hug the pavement, you're under arrest! That probably just makes it really unclear. It would work, though. Actually, it might not even get picked up. This mic's pretty good at the directional, and my hands would extend out past it. Perception. As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs? She thinks she's a police officer. Try treating her like a police officer. A lower-ranking police officer. Officer Pigs, W. Frighty Harriet Dubois here, requesting your sidearm for inspection. What? She lowers the megaphone and stares at the gun in her hand. Patrol officer, you're in gross violation of the RCM Code of Conduct. Sir? She hesitates, looking around in confusion. The three-barreled pepperbox wavers in her hand. In this moment of hesitation, she almost doesn't seem disturbed, but like someone suddenly waking from a deep sleep. Am I supposed to switch to one of the other ones, or do I have to stick to the routine? Patrol officer, I have to sign up for a disciplinary hearing. Easy. If I was pressed too hard and she'll... With a swift... He was right. A trickle of blood runs down. God damn it. How are you supposed to know when to switch? Like it suggests it, but... Are you on drugs? Confiscated contraband! Restricted access, 2 kilos missing, eyewitness report compromised. I mean, I'm so not here to criticise. I don't think she's on drugs, Lieutenant whispers. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here. I mean, fuck it. That's so frustrating. You're not the police. We're the police. Back up. She does the megaphone halfway, immediately raises again and screams, back up, status unconfirmed. Lieutenant Double Writer Harry Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th. No, I thought Mr. Moran, Gareth. Aggravated assault, man down, officers in pursuit. What's the situation? The Lieutenant says addressing an officer. Law enforcement compromised, she screams in the megaphone. Red and blue lights illuminate the spit flying everywhere. Impersonating a police officer. I mean, what if she's right and I am an imposter? She has a point. I've only been doing this since Monday, functionally. Sort of. You really are cops. Look, my badge. License and registration! She repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head and screams in the bloody mouth. It's license and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector, azimuth! She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood. fuck it. 5 and 6, baby. Alright, here's how we do it. As soon as the gun isn't pointed at you again, you dash right, then immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist. A drop of sweat runs down your nose, and in it you see the Martinez Inlet, wrapped in the night. In the abandoned fish market, 3 figures stand in a spectacular light show. A large, loud woman is pointing an empty firearm at the other 2. She doesn't want to listen, or even to be heard. Kim, I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun. Huh? Lieutenant studies the swaying firearm. My god, I think you're right. The weapon you're holding is mine, and I know it has no bullets. What? The woman looks at the weapon in disbelief, her eyes suddenly reddish with tears. She looks straight down the barrel and squeezes the trigger. Wait. A click. Nothing happens. She looks at the useless weapon. This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. What is this? The gun lands on the wooden planks and tears run down her scratched cheeks. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this? She looks devastated. Leave it behind forever. I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'm not insane. But damn. What a game to give you the option. No one ever cares anymore. Her voice is growing fainter as she rocks back and forth. Why would they cheat me like this? Poor woman. Lieutenant holds this pistol. We need to figure out what to do with her now. Nobody's ever around, the old woman mumbles, staring blank at the boardwalk. Nobody ever comes to visit me. You're not alone. We're all here. The woman stands in front of you, motionless, unresponsive, almost like an inanimate object now, a mountain of police paraphernalia. In there she is alone, trapped in a world of blue and red lights. What do you think is happening to her? She's in stupor, Lieutenant replies, inspecting the catatonic woman standing in the dark. I've seen this before, God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. But why was she like this in the first place? Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8, and loneliness. This is another one of those choices, huh? I suppose I'm sorry, but you can't actually cure dementia by being friends. Could be, agrees the Lieutenant. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we going to do with her? Should we just arrest her? I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. I mean, she did try to kill me, right? She believed the gun was loaded when she pointed it at me and fired. Yeah, that's attempted murder. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family. Yeah, Titus sounds like the man of the job. I mean, he doesn't, but I guess keeping the Hardy Boys busy with, like, social work is probably much better than letting them do more lynchings. Then we can ask him once they get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry because it's late and they might have already gone home. I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done. As you turn to leave, the faintest of voices comes from the woman. Please leave the radio on, she mutters. It seems like a reflex. a half-remembered sentence. She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashes now. If you search her once more? I mean... coin-operated weighing machine. Hasn't been used for a decade. I think this is the jacket the idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find. I'm sure I'll be thrilled to have it returned. Damn, no stats at all on the filthy jacket. It's interesting because you'd have thought it might be all negatives. Ah, you can't actually wear it. Woman stands, slumped. She looks catatonic under a mountain of RCM paraphernalia. It's one of those things, a police cap. There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them. Do. There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them? Do it. I should confiscate the narcotics. For her own good. You're taking those, aren't you? Listen to him for once. To be fair, I haven't used any of my peer holodon and I have tons of speed left. Fine, you take them then. Thank you. He pokes the drugs. I'm doing this to help you. You need to focus on the case. He's grateful you did this. I wonder how good the hat is. Take the hat. She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle a familiar looking lieutenant's cap from the mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Oh, is that yours? It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours. No, it's ours, the RCM's. It's your hat. I could talk to her some more, but I really do want to go and grab the Hardy Boys, if they're here today. If they're here still. Mega Beano's prescription lenses. Plus 2 encyclopedia, but -1 perception. Oh no, it just keeps adding more rows. Okay, I'll be fine. Unless it doesn't. Just a strike +1 authority. That seems pretty good. Plus encyclopedia minus perception. I don't really have a use for plus encyclopedia right now, but... more running all the way back to the other end of town. I wonder if we can nick what's-her-name's boat. She deserves it. Losing the boat, that is, not having it. I don't actually know what the gun does, having gone to all the effort to get it.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the side of the bay. She needs help. What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies now? Yes. You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Lieutenant looks Titus in the eye. Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction. Yeah, we'll send someone out. Wait, it's the pigs, isn't it? Yep. God, poor lady. Don't worry, we'll handle this. I think she's got some family in Quran or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints. Hey, wasn't Everard speed team looking for her the other day? There's something about her, I don't know, finding something? Yeah, I think you're right, Jean. She has something of yours, pig? Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do. Nope, didn't have anything of mine. No? Well, whatever then, copper. Titus chokes his beer down and wipes his mouth. They totally said what it was. What was it? He's still thinking it over in his corner. Anyone remember? I don't remember. I was fucking drunk. Let me know if you figure it out back there, the man says to you. Now, anything else you can help with? What's her name? Her real name? Annie LaPlante, we always call her. Something LaPlante? Marianne Amigo. Marianne Amigo LaPlante. Fuck you, pig. What the fuck are you playing at, huh? Easy out, don't let him get you. Have one for Annie LaPlante, huh? Don't disrespect Miss LaPlante, copper. The big man finished off can. She's good people. We all get a little crazy sometimes. I'm not doing these guys' voice right either, but I'm having fun with it. Who was she? Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never came to visit, never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little bit off, but still. The children kept her together. The children were doing most of the work of keeping her together. But I'm not going to be bitter about personal matters. Not when they're certainly not my matters. How did she get like this? Get wanting to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit, I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig? No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? I can't help but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. I'm sorry. Yeah, you should be. Sorry, cop. Whatever, cop, don't worry about it. We'll take care of our own. I'm not going to ask where she got the cop gear. That seems like asking him to snitch. Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus. No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in modern days. Ain't that right, boys? Sure enough. Eugene raised his glass. We're the real heroes on these streets. I have all three of these options. Remember take off. So, do I want to continue this conversation now? It's late. Me and Everard talked. He promised he'd cooperate. Oh, so you went and talked to my mummy, and now she's making me play with you again? Is that it, lawman? And what's going to happen if we don't? It's a little guidance for it. You going to go and tell on us? Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? Or is it Jimp? I've never known. I don't care. You let him talk to me like that, Titus? He turns his eyes full of hurt to the big man. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man said would you be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out. Gets me up to a high chance of getting him to cooperate. But I'm still taking too much punishment from it was this one, right? Being a Marxist, sorry, a Masovian. Did I have another one punishing my authority as well? Is it just items from there? I guess it might be. Should I also threaten him with Yeah, why not? I talked to Joyce. The merc you hanged, his friends are coming for you. Yeah? By friends you mean his squad mates from Krell. Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma. Snickering in the room, some of the men put their beers down. Nervous snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present. Titus did his best, but his men are a bit unsettled. Yeah, they're from some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you. This is what happens if you take the law in your own hands. Other people start doing it too. Let them come, Blondie yells across the cafeteria. The Hardy boys are right fucking here. You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn is fucking crazy. Yeah, well-oiled murder machine. He punches Blondie on the shoulder. Oh, giving things away, are we, Alain? The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole merc platoon. The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons. We've got weapons of our own. He grabs open his vest, gives you a glimpse of his holster. We got ISTA-50s, Sealigers, Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. Will they pierce ceramic armor? I guess we're gonna see, aren't we? See what? That they don't? Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. He takes a sip of beer to bide his time and tries to get the last word in. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing and it didn't make him immortal. Joyce said they've gone rogue. Nobody is controlling them. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, armed to teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is going to happen? He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check. This Krell is bad news. You know that, right? Pfft. So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Armory and the Madras scum. You've been out there. Seen any around? Yeah, where are they now, huh? Point south. Sent back to Madra in an airtight cargo crate. These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or a balmy army. No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. 1 second, I have to answer a thing. No, I guess not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, nothing of any great significance. Okay. What do you mean, okay? I mean, I would be on his side, personally. However, I would strongly prefer it not come to that. And I think I'm going to have to go with option 1 here in order to assure. Okay, they're going to wipe the fuck out, Titus. No, they won't. Shakespeare, get out of here with negative energy. He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that on what might be the eve of battle. All he means is that the situation is serious. No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that. 92%. Guessing telling them about the witness will give me another +2, which basically assures victory. I found someone who saw the hanging. A witness. A witness? The tall man crosses on his chest. You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this. That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next he's going to tell you one of us already rolled on the others. Is in witness protection. My witness isn't a local. Titus scratched the back of his head and asked, well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella? He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. If I try to tilt my head up to do the voice properly with one's nose in the air, I can't see the screen anymore because I'm closing my eyes and my glasses aren't in the right position. Who he is irrelevant. It's like you said, Al. Cops coming up with this on the spot. There is no witness. I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They're desperate. Tell us, cop, what wacky claims do you make? The witness said he saw 2 people of Areopagite descent and 1 Mesca. Areopagite? Bastard, he's trying to say me and Theo. Well, yeah, Titus nods. What's confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Alien were there too. I already told you we were all there. No one said they're hanging downtown very quietly. No shouting, no commotion. It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hattie boys are dead silent. Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets, he says brokenly. What's with the cowbells, policeman? The witness said it all looked like a surreal play. That means absolutely nothing to me. Sounds like some made-up horse shit. It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film. What's this fella's problem? The little guy addresses everyone and no one. Sorry, we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see. Shanky, it's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was. You don't know shit. I know you're lying, Shanky. That's his notebook. You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside a bit. Actually, nothing. Great witness! He must be really parched because he takes a giant gulp of beer. Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone's afraid of witnesses. Witness is a scary word. I mean, I don't think it gets higher than 97% because I always lose on a 1, right? Double 1 on Snake Eyes, that is. As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar? Have I seen this before? You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit, wasting time. Authority's voice, talking shit and wasting... What voice did I even use for authority? Auctoritas. Esprit de Corps, you seen Apricot, old Pedia's daughter? Asked Lieutenant McCoy. Uh-huh, replies Torson. Yes, on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. Bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint? The little Esprit de Corps vignettes are actually pretty good. But it doesn't seem to do much. I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here. You must be. You're just like real cops. Drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand. You got a problem with beer now? Okay, I nailed the voice on that one. Not quite there yet. Push on. I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job, like you. Speak for yourself, buddy. Puts the beer down. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen matinees before we started. It was like Jamrock now. They didn't see shit, man. Didn't see kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s. Congratulations on the graffito removal, he turns to Titus. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim. So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck. He picks the beer back up. Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already. It's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help. Titus, he looks at her. She stops mid-sentence. That's it, you got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms. You want to help her, cop? Fine, I'm going to let you help her. You treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, freight train of pain, buddy. Tim takes out notes. What's her name? The authority to Titus Hardy. Clausia Amando. Ah, that's the other name from the pronunciation suggestion. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. Real pretty one, silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amando with an OU. Shit. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop. Oh, it's her. It's definitely her. It's Miss Aranya Disco Dancer. Oh, for fuck's sake. My honesty comes back to bite me. Let's try it anyway. We got lucky once. We did not get lucky twice. You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name. With your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you odd. You inexplicably add... Well, just imagine. Man, I've got to do less failed checks. I don't understand what's so cool here. Nothing. Use your sideways glance. We'll just have a few more questions, then we'll be on our way. So, what was her relationship with the mercenary? Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. You raped her. That's their relationship. Something is off here. His anger is possessive. It's like that karaoke incident all over again, or some of the other girls he was harassing. Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation. So, the rape. When was that? He did it before we killed him. He's not going to do it again. What does it matter? It would help if we establish a timeline. Alright, 2 weeks maybe? I don't know, I need another beer. Here you go, boss. Tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. So, what's your relationship with her? I know her. He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room. How well do you know her? A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means. We're doing the biblical sense thing? We're doing the biblical sense thing. Well, enough, capo. You partied. She's been here a few months. He crosses his arms. He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles in his neck tighten. So, she's not from around here? You mean Ravishal? Nah. She's an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying over here for the winter. Don't you give her any more trouble, the fat guy blurts out. She just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help. Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? Sounded fun. You said you partied? Cool, that's cool. But what did you mean? Obviously we're going for laugh nervously, sex, drugs and karaoke, right? Yes, and no. Looks you straight in the eye. Got something to say about it? Another question. Thanks, we'll talk to her. Remember what I said. Freight train of pain. Thoughts from Kim?
Officer, what was that?
What was what? You looked strange when you mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman? Yes. Is there something I should know before we talk to her? I met her in the hallway after I woke up. Understood. You were not in a good shape Monday. She knows I didn't remember being a cop. Okay, that's manageable. I tried to hit on her. Understood. He's stone-faced. Went better not to add anything to that. What else did you do? Nothing. Let's move on. I'm not going to do the whole, like, if you're fortified by his assurance, it's going to be alright. Can I, like, drop him off
Yes.
here? It feels really unfair to walk him all the way back over to the place I'm staying just so that I can click on the thing that breaks up the party for the night. I mean, it does just say go upstairs. It must have a reasonable guess. Like, the game must have a reasonable guess that I would do these things in this order, right? It tells you to go back and talk to Titus after getting the gun.
Yes?
Do I have anything that's good for composure? I guess I do not. Apart from putting points in it. I do have quite a few. I kind of just want to level up empathy a bunch more, to be honest. It's not like powerful, but it's really good. The trouble is no one skill is anywhere close to enough to carry you through the game. There's no answer. It's nighttime, officer. A young woman like this is probably out partying the night away. Drink and drugs. Sweet drugs are involved. Loneliness be gone. We should come back in the morning. That makes sense. As it reminds me, skill points can buy new thought cabinet slots. Which would be more important if Motorway South would ever finish. Oh my god. I just want to get the vignette from it. Taking that Motorway South. Sweet Lethe. Oh, and at some point I need to come and sit on a bench. I need to play this game multiple times, and then another multiple times. But I don't want to, because it's so coffee bitter. One cup of coffee is invigorating, pleasant. A rich blackness. Cut a line through the soul and underscore the day. 2 cups of coffee. Well, no, that's just masochism. Alright, time to see if this old woman's gonna murder me. Night, Kim. Night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning. He's weirdly okay with me just sleeping in a shack. I love Kim. He's very wonderful. Should I try to shave off the awful sideburns? They are very awful. More of a morning thing, really. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away. I like that it describes this bed in much softer and nicer terms than the other one.
Baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
an eternity.
On it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the potted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
I don't think ancient reptilian brain and limbic system should really be speaking in words, you know?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsakes.
Is the game telling me off for not selling more of my stuff? I can't tell.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Solving your little crossword puzzle. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off your lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Why?
For only love can break your heart.
Time to wake up.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the wind. I don't like the look of the hat. I don't like the look of those glasses, but I guess I'm stuck with them. The bum hat is just more, you know, Harry Dubois. Is shaving the right call? Stash is gigantic. You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up. Okay, I think I can do this. I want to believe I can do this. Do I have anything else for hand-eye coordination? Probably not. It seems like something that would be gloves, right? Maybe glasses. I guess I could do a bunch of speed, that might help. Oof. It's still a punishingly low skill. Is it worth putting a point in? I'm not convinced. We've done the gun thing by sheer luck. Oh no, interfacing is the gloves. Try it, put a point in, retry it. 6 to 5 again. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, he used a small mirror and a straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. Oh, I'm not sure I like that. Sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly. Feel your clean-shaven cheeks. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath. Was shaving the right call? The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe? Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression. I've made 2 changes to the avatar. I feel like I have influenced the game greatly. The original look is, I think, more striking. Oh, I was hoping Kim would say something about the shaved face. Right, what's in the notebook? I haven't found the cryptozoologist. I haven't found the gloves. The little girl in the fishing village. Haven't found one. Find a way into the secret passage in the Whirling in Rags. Never figured that one out. Keep searching for the caller. Yeah, who reported the crime? Okay, first I'm going to return the jacket to Idiot Doom Spiral. Wait, isn't he over here? Oh, no, they've buggered off. Maybe they're more an afternoon type, I guess, being a bunch of drunken bums. Which probably applies to our... Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. There was a whole thing over here that we were investigating, vaguely speaking. Oh no, it was this thing. Oops. Looks like Titus and the boys have helped a bit. What is that, and can I break it open? I love breaking things. Yes, postcards. Stealing is okay if you get postcards. I hope Lieutenant here is taking notes on the importance of stealing postcards. Big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. The smell, it's awful and familiar. Hold on, that is awful. It doesn't help, you can still smell it. Keep it in now, don't overreact. Breathe. Isn't it just the rotting fish? Don't be naive. Oh no. Don't you recognise it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. Heads up, Lieutenant, something's not right here. The Lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Why is it that everywhere we go, things go horribly wrong? Is this a corpse? Working class corpse. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk. No, physical instruments are a hard one to do. But it sounds strong, and I am not strong. Between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg, the fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Hold on. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. Well, yeah, that would have been, he died just before I was able to get here. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day, just another dead body. Breathe. Study the man's clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. Must be custom made. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good. We should take another look at the library card after this is over. Study the man himself. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a litre of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits? Examine his face. His expression is dull like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. Study the surroundings. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Examine the man's head. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head, an open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is where he came out of himself. Drop by drop he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? It is hard to say. Sounds like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Step on the floorboards. They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. Examine the bottle. 0.75 litre Tolula vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits, with a slight touch of menthol. A man meant to enjoy himself, had a good time. Tare. Tear, I looked this up. It means, shit, I forgot. Like, just waste, really. Like, junk, kind of, I think. Like, discards, things that were cut away, perhaps, from, like, if you were peeling a vegetable, would be the most common usage, I think, but I'm not sure it is commonly used. Maybe in America? Maybe in Australia? Maybe in France? Examine the chewing gum wrapper. Rabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Look in. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too? He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before, almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same. In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. Who is this man? Looks like one of the locals. You'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. You look south the way you came. But that's a lazy assumption. What do you think? At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same seeming out the bottle. Now that would just be sad. This is an omen, a sign from above that you need to stop drinking. Yeah, alright, I'll go with one. He looks like me. I could end up just like him. Well, at least you're not married. Lieutenant points to the ring on man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and grey. Or what if you are? Married to your drink, that's for sure. Way. But let's not try to run ahead. For all we know, it's the unidentified middle-aged man found dead in the Martinez boardwalk. For now, all we know is that he's... well... What do you think happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. What about the kebab? What about it? No deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks. Could it be related to the lynching? No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident unrelated to the murder case. Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame. You're right, connecting with the lynching is a stretch. You think he was drunk? Oh yes. Alcohol poisoning and liver failure. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behaviour. Whoops. I got a surprise message and clicked through. Do you think he was drunk? Yeah, okay, we've just been over that. Right. What should we do with him? From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. We found him. Hold on, what about field autopsy? A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that. Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest. Yeah, we found him. We should finish this. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema and let them know we're taking the case. Thought complete. Motorway south. This will be the last thing for today, I think. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat, swallowing. And then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope. All intellect white checks unlocked. +1 Inland Empire. So finishing the thought gave me a retry on, well, a lot of things probably. Yeah, like mirror. But I already did the mirror, didn't I? And the footprints. Those ones, I should retry the footprints. I have a bunch of items for that now. Am I going to remember to do all of these? I needed a new instrument to try the ice cream container, didn't I? It wasn't a matter of physical strength. Anyway, I said that would be the last thing, and I'm afraid it will have to be. We'll see when I manage to find time to continue. Hopefully next Saturday at the latest. We'll see if we can make Wednesday as well. Until then, everyone, good luck and have fun.